with another episode of The Life of JT. As y'all know, I'm your girl JT. What's good? What's happening? What's popping? And I know y'all probably are like, where has she been at? Like, she said she was going to post on this time, and hasn't. But I know she's been on Instagram, and she's been doing stuff, so where's she been at? And I'm here to explain it all. I did get a little distracted, but of course, I'm here to bring to you another video and update y'all on what I have been going on. So, to all of my new subscribers, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. Boom. I'm going to put it right here, or somewhere right there. I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. And then also to all of my new subscribers, y'all go ahead and also check out my Patreon too. I'm going to put the link in the description down below. I do drop videos early on there and also some behind the scenes for you guys if you are interested in seeing any of the tea that is dropped and you want to catch some inside drama on what happens and what's been going on too. So check that out. But as far as my returning subscribers, welcome. Yes, y'all know I love y'all. Y'all know I love y'all. I love y'all like I love wine. And y'all know I'm drinking wine today. So, I love y'all. Oh, and as for all y'all know, if you're wondering what I am drinking Prosecco. I should be mixing it for a mimosa, but I didn't feel like having a mimosa. I just wanted to drink. So that's why it's just like that. But we're going to go ahead and get into what I've been doing and why I have been gone. So, I've been gone because, of course, y'all know I do my podcast with my co-host Sanchez, Atlanta After Hours. And we did take a break, but then when we came back from, of course, the holidays, things got super slammed. We had our interviews lined up. And then, of course, if y'all want to check those out, go check out the Atlanta After Hours page. It is on IG, Atlanta After Hours, ATLANTA, after, AFTER, hours, HRS. And then, lip gloss is popping. And then, of course, you guys can also check them out on the Live Hip Hop Daily page at livehiphopdaily.com. .tv, so that you can basically catch us live in action and what we're filming, who we have as our special guests, and etc. of what we're going to be talking about, which is a lot. We don't hold back, and it's raw, it's uncut, it's unfiltered, and we just get to it. We want to know it all. And, of course, if y'all want to know more about Atlanta and what scenes are popping and where to go to, that's actually the podcast to check out anyway. So go check out your girl. Go check out Sanchez. Go check out everything. Y'all going to love it. Period. And we got more to come this Thursday. So check us out on Thursday at 12, Atlanta After Hours. And you'll be able to see a lot talked about. But besides the podcast, I have been also doing some school, and that has been getting really hectic too because I started my classes on January 12th, and that has been going, as y'all know, I was only supposed to be taking 3 courses. I did take 4 courses last semester while working full-time, and that was complicated. So I am taking, of course, another 4. I didn't change nothing. But I don't want to ruin my timeline, for 1, and 2, I would rather get it done now, especially since I'm at home. I mean, you should have more time in your day to be able to complete it versus if I was working and I was traveling. So I'm going to try it out, see how it works out. If not, then hey, I tried. So what all can we do? It is what it is. But they've been going pretty well. I have been taking my 4 classes at Georgia State, as y'all know, and so far so good. The beginning is always easy, but I have been dealing with, of course, some financial aid stuff. And as y'all know, if y'all are in school, financial aid can be very hectic, especially during this time, because some of the administrators are out of office and some of them are, of course, in office. And that shit just gets overwhelming because then they back up your financial aid shit and then they expect you to pay for it. And I'm like, bitch, no, you pay for it, okay? I got my stuff in time. Why you ain't in office in time? Exactly. But I'm going to let it slide anyway, so I have to figure it out. And like I said, I'm still taking my courses, and I still ended up having to figure the things out. And then moving forward from there, hopefully I get the money back. We'll see. Y'all know how schools be. And last but not least, oh, wait a minute. Before I do that, shout out to Spurgo. And if y'all don't know who this is, Spurgo, I went and got a fit from him. I love the quality of it. And my pants. Yes, your girl's getting thick, y'all. That booty's thick. But yes. So I love the fits. He's a 14-year-old millionaire. So if y'all don't think y'all can hustle and make things happen, listen, he's 14. He made it happen for his family. So y'all go check him out. I'm actually wearing a small in his black fits. So if y'all do want to go purchase any items, he is posted up in some areas, so y'all can reach out on his Instagram to see necessarily where he's going to be at, or y'all can just order online. He is always great at his customer service, and on top of that, there was a fit that I was looking for because y'all know I love black. I'll put that on with anything real quick, and he was out of it, and he found me one real quick, so I appreciate that. But y'all go check him out. It is at Spurgo, Spergo billionaire, Billionaire. Go check that out and go get you a fit. And then now we're going to be moving on to, of course, what this video is about, my consultation. So as I have been talking about for y'all, talking with y'all about for the longest, I'm getting my boobs done. Period. New twins. It is what it is. I told y'all I was getting finer this year. It is going to happen. Sorry. But yes, your girl's getting a new set of twins, and I went to my consultation. I put down a deposit for my date, and your girl's getting her boobs done. Now, there are a couple of things that I did want to bring up because I know everyone always has questions regarding measurements and sizes, and of course what you should get based upon, because sometimes when you do go to the office, it's hard to virtually see exactly what you're going to get. And also on top of that, it's hard to, like, when you're putting in the padding, envision exactly what it's going to look like. And I'm going to insert some clips in here, like right here. So yeah, y'all get what I was talking about. But as far as when it comes to like necessarily what your boobs are supposed to look like, it looks like it, but sometimes it might look too big or it might look too small, and then the doctor will say, of course, he's going to adjust it based upon your size measurements and what it looks like when you're
under the knife or light or whatever you call it.
When you get surgery, period. He's going to adjust it to make sure that your measurements match your body weight. So sometimes you do need to go based upon some videos to see necessarily what people have looked at or look like. And I even looked at a lot of YouTube videos and reviews before I actually figured out what size I wanted to look like, and also what places I wanted to go to, because it's very important to do your research on necessarily your doctor and who you want to do your procedure, because you can have, of course, some life-threatening issues that could possibly happen in the future that you just don't want to deal with. So when it comes to the price of my boob job, my boobs, and they cost per piece, was a total of $6,000. Yes. But I will say they do discounts when, of course, you do go in a certain time frame. So if I went before the end of March, then it dropped down to $4,200. And if I financed before March, it was $4,500. So that wasn't too bad for me. I felt like it's actually doable for some people that do work. If you save up like 1 or 2 paychecks, or if you do work a regular job and you just save up 2 months of some of your paycheck, you can be able to actually get some type of procedure done, such as your breast augmentations, if you actually put in the time and commitment to save up for it. So I actually went ahead, and this was something that I knew I wanted to do, and I knew that I knew it was going to be expensive, but I also didn't think that that was honestly a doable price for me, considering the fact of where I'm at, and also excuse me, y'all, and also what the price would have been if you were to go out of town, which is another thing, because a lot of people have asked me, oh, why are you getting your boobs done in Georgia at, of course, the Vinnings Surgery Center versus going to like Miami or like going out of the country or something like that, etc. And first of all, I wouldn't go out the country to get my boobs done. But second of all, if the next step for you was to go to Miami, yes, that is a cheaper route. However, your service might not be as good, and you're gonna end up paying the same amount because yes, I'm paying $4,200 for me to get my boobs done in Georgia. My surgery center is literally at most 10 minutes away from where I stay at. And two, at the end of the day, if anything does happen to me, I can easily get access to my doctor on top of that. It's very important that you understand that you have to go see your doctor not only before your surgery to make sure that, of course, your blood is good, that your blood is not too thin for your surgery, to make sure that your system is cleared out of any types of drugs before you actually get the surgery done. And three, that, of course, there is nothing that can medically stop you from getting this procedure completed. So they need to make sure that you have all those test results done, which you can get done before you go, but they're still going to require you to be there 3 days before or stay 3 days afterwards to make sure that your stitches are, of course, secure and that nothing is going to basically pop out or affect you after you go back home. And then another thing is with you having to do that, you also still have to pay for like a place to stay, even if you were going out of town, so like a caretaker's home or etc. So there are people out there that do have homes that do that, but it's going to cost you basically $300 to $500 to stay there anyways for that week for them to take care of you versus if you have family at home, why don't you just pay the same price? And on top of it, you have to pay for a flight. So you got to pay for your flight. You got to pay for your place to stay when you are before and after you get your surgery. And on top of that, you still have to pay for the medications and etc. And on top of that, the blood work to get done before you get your procedure is going to cost you around $100. And all that's going to add up basically to the same amount versus if you just eliminate a flight and etc. and you're staying here. You're comfortable in your own home. So I chose to get my boobs done, of course, in the same area that I am located. I know that the Vinnings area has great plastic surgeons. And on top of that, when it comes to getting your boobs done, my mom actually has gotten her boobs done. And on top of that, I have had 3 other people that have also gotten their boobs done from the Vinnings Surgery Center. And if you guys need more reviews on them, you can also Google or YouTube the Vinnings Surgery Center, and you can get some more reviews on them in intake versus having to fly all the way out to Mia Aesthetics or etc. Or any other place that you would go to that might charge you $3,200, but you're still going to have to pay for your medications, your boobs, your flight, and on top of that, or your hotel if you're staying, or extra time. So just factor all of that into when you're talking about where you want to get your boobs done and the reviews as to how they treat you when you are coming in for your pre-op and post-op. Because yes, it is important that you feel comfortable before you get your surgery. That's another thing. So I would definitely just look into that and also do some more research. And then as far as the type of implant that I did receive, there are 4 different types of implants that you can receive. Here they are. Ow, I got y'all. I told y'all I got this. But okay. So the first one is, of course, our saline implant, which is, of course, basically it looks like a water balloon. It's going to feel like a water balloon. I didn't like it. I didn't get it. There's some people that do get it. They say it's a healthier option because it's just filled with salt water or saline. Honestly, everything on this sheet, it has the same amount of risk as if you were to get this one versus if you were to get this one or this one. Because if all of these pop, you're going to have to get surgery. So just count that out as if there's a reason for you to pick your boobs. Because at the end of the day, if this ruptures, you're going to have to go get another boob to fill it. If this ruptures and it leaks out, you're going to have to get it removed and get another one. If this ruptures, you're going to have to get an MRI and get another one. But either way, if all of these rupture, you're going to have to either, except for these 2. These 2 might not actually. These don't require MRIs. These require MRIs if they do rupture. But you're going to tell either way if these rupture because you're going to feel it, your boob deflate. So that's one thing that I just necessarily didn't really factor into it, because all of them have risk factors as far as getting surgery if anything happens. The only difference is, of course, this one is going to be a more gushier feeling because it is like a water balloon type of feeling, and these ones are more solid for if you want a more firmer look and more lifted look, as far as I should say, as far as when you're moving down the list. So your saline is, of course, all of these are FDA approved, but they deflate the easiest, and of course, they're most likely going to show you rippling or wrinkling on your side of your boob, because when you stand it up, it's like a little like floozy, like it just falls. Like it's not like if you were like, even if you didn't have a bra and it was set up, it falls. So that's one thing I didn't like. And then next is the Ideal implant, which is of course still a saline filled implant. The only difference is it has different chambers in it to stop some of the rippling, but it doesn't necessarily stop at all because it is still a saline filled implant. So of course there is some chances that you are going to experience some old wrinkles. There you go. It happens. I didn't go with that either. So next we have is our silicone implant. And our silicone implant is a silicone gel filled implant that is, of course, needs to be replaced every 10 years. And honestly, I would replace my saline implants every 10 years too. If, of course, just because you want to make sure that you still have that firmness and that fullness. So your silicone needs to be replaced every 10 years. If it does end up rupturing, you will need an MRI to tell. So they do recommend every 3 years that you do get an MRI to diagnose if anything is, of course, being seen. And, of course, that's the same thing that goes for the memory shaped or the gummy bears, what they could say. I hated this one. I have come to realize that a lot of people say that out of these two, they might like this one better. This one kind of feels like if you were to get like a butt implant. Like it was really firm, it was really sticky, and which it does stick to your inner boob, which makes it form. So even you will not have no drop with this one because it's shaped like this in a sense. So if it were on the side of your boob, you're still gonna have that profile right here in your area, and on top of that, you're gonna have that nice under area for your under boob. So that was one of the things that I didn't necessarily really care about. It was more the feeling of it because it's not soft at all. It feels really firm. It feels like a gummy bear. Like it just feels like you have to really. Sexually, I would not like this. That probably would not be pleasurable in the bedroom if you're feeling on someone's boobs. But I actually went with, of course, the silicone implants because a lot of people say that silicone is unhealthy for you. However, all of these are unhealthy for you. On implants in general are unhealthy to put in your body. You would probably like to have as much less foreign items in your body as possible. However, with me only getting my boobs done, because your girl already got some booty. Ha! Thank you, mama. I won't need to necessarily get any other foreign objects in my body. So why not get my boobs done? I've always asked for them. I always wanted it, and I can afford to do it now. So I'm going to do it. So I ended up going with the silicone implants, and of course they still have that nice profile. They still have the roundness, the firmness, and I ended up going with 400 cc's in one and 425 in the other. So it is going to be a little big, but it's not going to be too big to the point of where if it was too small and I didn't want like the size and I want to get my boobs done, then I'd have to get them done. It's not that small, but it's also not too big to the point to where they're going to be overwhelming. Because right now I am in an A cup, so it would be a huge size difference as far as the way the shape of my body is. And that is, of course, going to give me the fullness as to what I want. So I am going to be, of course, creating some more videos for y'all and blogging this journey as far as when it comes to my... Wine is so good, y'all. You know what they say, a glass a day, keep the doctor away. But like I said, I am going to be filming some more of my journey for you guys as far as when it comes to my pre-op consultation, which is going to be coming up in February. So I will have to, of course, go see my doctor, make sure he has all of my test results, and make sure that I am good to go for my surgery date. So you have to do that. Of course, go see your doctor 2 weeks out before your surgery date to make sure that everything is good and you're cleared. You also have to sign a lot of forms. And on top of that, I will give you a heads up. The deposit was $500 to put down to secure your date. And then once you have your date secured, they give you all of your documentation. They set your pre-op date. And then you'll figure out what your post-op date is going to be, because it's going to be, of course, after your 2 weeks after your surgery date. So I was able to set my surgery date. I was able to also set by putting my deposit down, which made me also see how much was going to be left for me to pay, because I am not going to finance my boobs. I think it's smart to finance your boobs if, of course, you want to build your credit. However, if you already have good credit and you can necessarily pay it, pay it. Don't finance it. Just pay it. But yeah, so I have decided to go ahead. I'm going to pay cash because it was cheaper to do that way. And I also had to pay, that was factored into my cost. I had to pay $300, which was factored into it, which was the warranty. And it is a 10-year warranty for both of your implants, just in case anything does happen and you do need to go into surgery. You do have a warranty, and that does come with it. So I do have that. And then, of course, I had to pay $50 for my surgical bra. And that is just something that you are going to be wearing periodically throughout your process to make sure that, of course, when your stitches or sutures do heal, that, of course, everything is going to stay up and lifted, and also it's not going to hurt the area of where your stitches are going to be. And as far as where my stitches are going to be, I'm actually, because I am getting silicone, and because it is a little bit more firmer, they do have to go under my boob as far as to get the implant into my boobs. Now, if you guys did choose saline, they could have went through your areolas, or they could have went, of course, through your armpits. But I wouldn't want to go through my armpits, and I don't want my areolas done. And the only reason for that is because one thing is I actually had surgery on one of my boobs when I was younger, and I didn't like the feeling or the look of necessarily how they closed it. So I decided to not go that process route too, based upon, and that also made me decide on my implant, because I was like, I don't want to go through that way. I don't want to, and it's easier to go through that way because it's more squishier, so you can just push it in versus a gel implant that you have to kind of maneuver into it and have enough muscle to basically hold it. So I was fine with that process, and it's going to be covered versus if it was going through your areola, you might have. If you do have keloid skin, such as me, as you guys can see, I do have keloid skin, and on my arm. So I did not want to go through, of course, my areolas. But other than that, the prices for everything wasn't too bad. They did have to take pictures, of course, when I did go into my consultation. They did have to take pictures of me as far as standing like this so that they can see necessarily what my frame looks like. And then also I could see it visually. And then, of course, they gave me a robe to the point of where I could then try on in the surgical bra this different sizes, which allowed me, and I'm posting here. There you go. But it allowed me to basically see what I was going to look like in all of the sizes that I did wear or did fill into the surgical bra. And that's what made me choose 400 and 425 cc's. Now, the reason why one is different than the other is because if you do have one boob that's bigger than the other, as stated for me, I got surgery when I was younger on one of my breasts, so of course one is bigger than the other. Then they are going to fill it to, of course, make them symmetrical and make them look even. There you go. So, yeah, guys, other than that, the process is really easy. All you do is have to schedule your appointment. It moves really quick, your consultation. You do, I will say, once you set your date, you do have to pay for your procedure before your date. So it's important when you do go in and set your deposit to make sure that you are ready for your payment day when it comes, because you cannot get your surgery and then still be paying for your your surgery afterwards. Like, they're not going to allow that there. And other places might allow that, and especially if you finance. But as far as at the Vinnings Surgical Center, once you pay your deposit, they do require you to pay for your surgery before your surgery date. So there you go. But of course, as y'all know, other than that, I am going to definitely keep you guys posted up on necessarily my next video, which is going to be my pre-op surgery date. So I'm going to do a video on me getting all of my blood work done and also my lab work, and then getting it sent off, getting all my paperwork complete and signed off for surgery. I'm going to also film for you guys the day of surgery so that you can see necessarily how that process goes. A day after surgery so you guys can see how I feel. Your girl might be drugged up, but hey, who knows? Who knows what I might say too. So that might be an interesting video. And of course, some of the things that you do have to sign. I did have to sign a non-disclosure to film in the office because their office does not allow filming in there, so I won't be able to actually film in the office, but I will be able to film afterwards. And then of course the regular medical forms that you do have to fill out. But other than that, I definitely hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and definitely stay tuned for all of my new subscribers. I do drop videos early on my Patreon on Saturdays so that you guys can see necessarily some behind the scenes footage. You guys can see the video, and on top of it, you guys can see more of my before and after surgery photos that of course I'm not able to post on YouTube because of certain restrictions, but I will be able to post it on my Patreon so you guys can check it out to see what the sizes look like, and also in different sizes. And on top of that, you guys will be able to check out some more behind the scenes stuff as stated. And of course, I will be dropping, I can't forget about, of course, my regular subscribers. So I will be, of course, dropping it for you guys on my channel on Monday. Oh, get it right, Jasmine. That's the wine do to you after, you know what? And y'all, the bottle's almost gone. So literally, I've been drinking it all day. But I've been drinking it all day because this is my schedule. So I'm kind of like getting things together and also figuring some stuff out. I feel like my days are getting shorter, but I guess that's what happens when you get busier. So I don't mind it. But yeah, definitely stay tuned, you guys, and definitely I will keep you up to date. As far as it goes, stay tuned on Mondays. I'll drop this video and way more. So, for all of y'all, it was a pleasure. And as y'all know, we don't play that. Hey. Alright, y'all. Peace out. Sending all my Scorpio love y'all way.